I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for October 2014. This month, I'm doing the 10 card Celtic Cross spread plus an additional card. The last card I'm going to pull for you today will be from a deck called Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. So the first card you have that shows up here today, Aries, in your October 2014 reading, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune in this position, this would be what's affecting you right now, either from effects, something that's happened in the past and is affecting you right now, or something that's happening right now that's affecting you. And the Wheel of Fortune is an excellent card because to me it symbolizes that the wheels of fate are turning in your favor, that the planets in the heavens and the spirit guides around you are conspiring to give you this positive karma in your life. I feel that some serious matters are going to be brought up for you to face. I feel for some of you Aries, you're going to have a hard time deciding between money and love. I'm getting you weighing it. Money, love. I feel that for many of you, you're going to have the thought of what took this so long for the right person to show up in my life? Like, why did this take forever? I feel that for most of you, love is on your mind and that's what you're going to pursue. I feel that for some of you, you're going to have some trepidation about it because it really shows up like it's been a long time coming, or you've just not had this kind of feeling in your life for a long time. You're going to have a lot of interplay back and forth in this relationship, and for some of you, actually bisexuality shows up here. That's not for all of you, that's just showing up for some of you. I feel that for some of you, this is going to be a complicated relationship that takes you to new vistas and areas of discovery in life. You're going to be giving a lot of time, attention, and emotions to this relationship. And I hear you've begun a new cycle. It's almost like a rebirth. So that's great news, Aries. I'm glad you guys are starting off on such a positive card. Now, the card that you have that crosses over here, Aries, in your center, crossing over your center card, would either be an obstacle to the first card and like conflict it, or it's supporting it. And here you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is what's crossing over you in the center. And the Hanged Man symbolizes to me a card of limbo. It's like having to draw from your own intuition and your own spiritual guidance and your own psychic intuition and your own gut instincts. That's what this card is all about. I feel October might be a bit of a confusing month for you. Some of you may be going through some trials and tribulations this month. And I feel a lot of that's due to some up and down behavior, back and forth and up and down behavior from other people in your life. Some of you are going to be studying and taking a test. This test seems to be coming up towards the latter part of the month, like after the midpoint of October. And it's definitely going to enable you to either instruct others or to do more things in your job or your career. And for many of you, it's connected to a new form of business enterprise. Because I feel like for many of you, you're going to be really giving a lot of classes and instruction yourself, especially after this test. And I feel for some of you, Aries, if you have some ingrained fear in you about this or what you're getting ready to do, I get that's going to be put to rest. I get you're going to have a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of attention is going to be focused on you, Aries. So be prepared for that. The card you have crowning your reading today, which to me shows up in a gold position, you have the Page of Pentacles. And pages usually show up to me when it's a child in your life or if it's a spirit guide giving you a message. If this is a child in your life, this child would be an earth sign, either a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus, or that could be their rising sign or prominent in their birth chart. You're going to have somebody that's going to come back and want to talk to you and is kind of crying at you for money. For some of you, this is either a son or daughter to you. This person is very beguiling and they can be manipulative. So be forewarned. It's odd. I feel that for many of you, you're going to want to take something away from them. Yet I feel like you're going to give them something else. Like you take something away, but you give them money. Or you make them end something that they've been involved in doing, but then you give them something else. This child does not want you to discipline them, which, okay, I know that's the case for most children, but it is coming up. They really know how to pull at your heartstrings, so be ready because they know they can do it and they are planning on doing so. You are going to be giving them the money they need, and I'm hearing to complete this project. So for some of them, for some of you Aries out there, this would be a child that wants to borrow money for rent for a new apartment, or a down payment for a car, or money to go to school, or a down payment for a home, or a loan, or helping them finance and capital, give them some capital for starting a new business. I feel that you're going to give them what they need, but then I feel like you pull your energy back after you do that. You're going to be giving them some groundwork or some, I don't know whether it's going to be a paper or a document to sign, or you're just laying it out for them real specifically what you're going to do and willing to do, and what you are not going to do and what you are not willing to do. This really circles around money. The problem is here, maybe it's not a problem for some of you, but I keep getting they come back again and again and again, and money always seems to be the thing that they want. I feel that for some of them, they feel that you have a surplus of money and that you don't really need it. I don't feel like they firmly have a full grasp of what's necessary in life to live or what you need moving forward in life. So they don't fully understand that having it and not spending it on your part is not that you don't really need it. They're not fully getting it. All they can see is what they want and what they need, and they're going to pull out every emotional trick in the book to get you to give it to them. I do feel that you will, though, follow through with giving it to them. But again, I'm telling you, I totally feel that you put up parameters and set guidelines and boundaries in regard to this money. And there's a sense of finality about it, like, don't ask me for anything else again. You have to, this is all I'm going to do, and now you've got to make it the rest of the way on your own kind of comment coming from you to them. So hopefully that's going to make sense to some of you Aries out there, because since this is a general reading, some of you may not feel, if you don't have children, it's not going to make sense. This is totally a message for those Aries out there with children, especially young adult children comes up the strongest, like from anywhere from 18 to 28 or 30 years old. like in that time frame. That's pretty broad gap, especially in their early 20s, I feel, is the most pointed, targeted age group here on that card. The next card you have here, Aries, in your past position is the Ten of Rods. And the Ten of Rods to me is a card that symbolizes going on a journey to a new future, a new bright future, but you're heavily burdened. You've got a lot of burdens you're carrying with you on this journey. However, on the positive note, these burdens symbolize knowledge and experience. So let's see why you have Ten of Rods here. I hear for some of you, you're going to be communicating with lovers from the past, that they are going to return in the present. This happens in the last week, I feel, of October, going into the first week of November specifically, but this could cover a broader range of time than what I'm picking up. But I want to remind everybody to check their calendars. I don't know the exact dates of Mercury in retrograde, but I believe Mercury is in retrograde at that time, and often the past does return to the present in a retrograde period. So you Aries, be forewarned out there. You've got a past lover or, romantic partner, whatever word you want to use, coming back in this picture to communicate with you. I feel that you're going to see things in a different light, and that their true colors are going to be revealed to you. Some of you Aries are going to make amends with this person. Some of you Aries, jealousy is going to kick up and you're going to be angry with this person. For the most part, Aries, I feel the majority of you are going to be making peace with this person. I feel for some reason they want to tell you what's been going on in their lives. And I feel that for many of you, you're going to have an in-depth conversation with this person and talk about many of the past hurts. And in this conversation, there will be a reveal of some kind. They're going to tell you something about something that's become undone. And that information that was lost is going to come back to you. This comes from them and through them to you. You're going to be communicating back and forth with them a lot after this meeting. And there's a real sense of like you feeling like you want to help them. I feel when they come back in to talk to you, you're far more grounded and stable than you were the last time you had any communication or dealings with them. And it really seems to me like they want you to see things from their side. You're going to be giving them an interesting lecture about opportunities that they missed, possibly with you. I feel that you gave them all the time in the world, and now they're showing back up, but I feel that you can release them now. You will feel grounded and stable and uplifted and happy and fun because I feel there's somebody new that is coming to your life now. And that relationship is going to look to you like an old worn out shoe. I feel that you, in one hand, you're not going to feel like you want to deal with it. And then on the other hand, I feel like you are going to be feeling obligated to because of the connection that the two of you had. For some reason, for some of you, I get you're going to be going around and around in a circle about this in your mind. But I ultimately feel like you are going to be leaving it alone and not going there, like not going back into any romantic liaison or relationship with them. But I feel that for many of you, that person is going to be wanting that. So be forewarned that they're going to show up. I feel like for some of you, they're really going to be trying to talk you out of the new relationship you're in, or trying to talk you into and trying to convince you to get back with them. So now, interestingly enough, my dear Aries people out there, in your position of what you have right now and passing, you have the Lover's card. Who is this lover? Is it the person from the past or the new person? Let's see. Oh, and by the way, the Lover's card symbolizes, um, to me, this can be a soulmate connection, but it's not always easy. There's usually karmic lessons that have to be learned with the Lover's card. Um, the Lover's card doesn't always end up happily. It's not Two of Cups and it's not Ten of Cups. It's the Lovers. And some people read this, if you can see here, in the Lovers card, you have the angel at the top looking down on the two lovers. Some people say that means there's three people in this relationship. So whatever this card shows up, it matters what other cards go around it. It's not always the easiest. I feel for some of you, you are really going to embark on a very fun, lively, sexual relationship that you are going to feel like you're almost like you're liberated from some kind of cocoon or a prison or isolation. It's like I see you being very inspired, very gregarious and friendly, kind of like bubbly. It's very positive for you, Aries. And with your new partner, you're going to be communicating a lot. There is a lot of back and forth communication. I'm seeing texting like crazy. I'm getting emails. I'm seeing love notes being sent, through the internet, through email, like love cards, love notes, texts, phone calls. I feel like you're going to be so wrapped up in communicating with this person. Like, it's almost like you can't get anything done. You're so busy, you're busy, and then you get a text or a call or a note or this or that. And I just see it like going back and forth and back and forth. You're going to be having a lot of fun. This is going to make you feel like a kid again. I'm so happy for you, Aries. I love it when positive messages come out. It always makes me feel good. There's going to be a big gathering that you're going to be attending, like some kind of entertainment or gathering. I feel it may be on top of you. I feel like this is very soon. It's going to jumpstart everything. It's really going to jumpstart your love life, Aries. And I feel like be prepared, because I feel like you're going to be wined and dined. You're going to be giving presents. You're going to be getting presents, little gifts, little tokens, all that, new love, fun. And because you know what's great about this? That two of you are going to be on the same page. Not one person feeling like they're doing more and that the other person's leaving them in the dust. That's not happening here. I hear that for many of you, you're going to be giving away a lot of things to your family and friends, family in particular. These are possessions. I believe I heard that before for you. I think it was Aries. It might not have been your sign, but I heard that last month for somebody. I know this is far out, but the guides do like to project into the future. I feel that you're going to be traveling in August. So be prepared, August of 2015, to be traveling with this person. For many of you, not all of you, you're going to be getting engaged and married to this person. It's weird. I feel like they've been trying to get to you. I'm talking about this in a spiritual, cosmic sense. They've been trying to get to you. but they've had too many bumps in the road that have been happening that have prevented him or her from getting to you sooner. And you've been busy doing your own thing, but now they finally show up. So I'm glad about that for you. Okay, Aries, in the next position, which would be future, I read this position as future, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know, can you see that? We've got a glare here, sorry. Knight of Pentacles. I'll stop wiggling so you guys don't have to say anything about my goofy ways. Um, the Knight of Pentacles would symbolize to me someone that is a earth sign male. This would either be a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. That could be their sun sign, their rising sign, or they could have that prominently in their birth chart. I feel for most of you, this is the partner that's coming in, because I just heard when I looked at the card that you're going to be married in spring. Now, I don't know what spring that is. I don't know if it's the spring that's coming up the closest or if it's the spring of 2015. That I don't know yet. You guys are going to have this lively, witty banter that is going to go back and forth like crazy. Christmas is going to be over the top if you celebrate Christmas, and because I get a lot of gift giving here. I feel for some of you, there's going to be a grand opening coming up of the ability for you to open up and tell your story. And that for any of you Aries that are writing a book, I get that this will be published. Possibility of it getting published in April, and I'm hearing two time frames here. I'm hearing April and I'm hearing July. I feel that this is going to be very highly acclaimed book, and it's going to get a lot of positive acclaim from people who have been through similar situations or whatever it is you're talking about in this book. And I feel like celebrities are connected to it. So either it's a book about celebrities or there's celebrities that can relate to it and endorse it for you. And I feel there might be somebody out there that wrote this book about their family and some kind of abuse that they encountered as a child. And this person who's writing this book could also be a celebrity. So, and I feel that even though the book has some sadness in it, there's some great fun and jokes and storytelling, like really good anecdotal storytelling in the book that's full of humor. So it's not like this total, gloomy, sad book. It's got, it's very fun in a lot of ways, like funny stories. But there's also some scary parts to it as well. It's like a whole emotional gambit here in this book. I feel for some of you that the Knight of Pentacles is connected to do with another country. I feel that this relationship is going to amp up and take off at top speed. It's you're going to be engaging in a lot of activity, like I said, communication, talking, seeing each other, finding. It's like you're making this great discovery, and it's like you feel, each of you are going to feel like, Eureka! I found the key, the missing piece. That's what comes up here. For some of you, I feel that this Knight of Pentacles has lost a child, or they've had to give up something. There's been a parting of the ways with someone they love deeply, and either they gave them up for adoption, or the child died as an infant. This person has lost someone very dear to them, and I feel like it comes up like a child. And they're still grieving that loss still. I feel they've never gotten over it, They've never fully recovered from it, and I feel like they're never really going to fully. And I feel they're going to discuss this with you quite a bit. So, Aries, the next card you have in your reading, which is in a future position, further out future than that card, which shows up as a hope, you have King of Cups. Now, interesting, you have a couple people that showed up here in your cards in this reading for October 2014, Aries. So let's see. King of Cups would usually be somebody that would be connected to water sign male. That would either be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. That could be his sun sign, his rising sign, or predominant in his birth chart. The uh, King of Cups is usually somebody that's very vocal. They're usually very good storytellers, gregarious, friendly. Um, a lot of people like them. They have a good head on their shoulders. They can do a lot when they put their mind to it. However, sometimes, not all the times, uh, King of Cups can have a problem with alcohol, but not always. This is just sometimes. I feel that this is a learning relationship that you're going to have, where you guys are simpatico, but I don't feel that this is the same guy. This is a little confusing. I feel like you're going to be teaching this guy something and he's going to be teaching you something. So this comes up more like an teacher instructor kind of position, but it's weird because I feel like he instructs you, you instruct him. I'm not sure what this is about. For any of you that have been married to this King of Cups, a divorce has happened here with him. And things are going to be sought out, talked through, finalized. Some of that comes up with him. So it depends on which Aries you are, because I'm picking up a couple different scenarios with this King of Cups. Some of you have been married or in a serious relationship like a marriage with this King of Cups, but it's over. It's not happening right now. Um, but you get together to discuss and sort things out. It's then other Aries here. I feel this guy, you're going to be studying and taking classes from him or learning something from him comes up. I feel like this guy has been through the ringer. He's really been through the mill. I feel he's felt very sorry for himself and divine intervention has stepped in for him. I feel there's a completion and an ending with this guy. Like it's complete. There's an ending. I feel that you're going to enter a new relationship pattern with him that's built on mutual respect. And I feel that you would be there for each other to give a shoulder to cry on, or a shoulder to lean on if it was needed. And I do get there's an abundance and a flow of interplay of an exchange of ideas back and forth between the two of you. I'm slightly confused about him because for some of you, I'm certain this is somebody you were with and it's over. But I feel like you rebuild your relationship in a different way, and it's like friendship, mutual respect, being there for each other if you need it. That shows up. But he's also coming up in another way, and so I feel like I'm reading two things where there's like this guy seems more like a teacher or an instructor of something. And I feel that for many of you, you've been around the block together with this guy. You've been through a lot with him in the past. This, I feel it pertains to if this is the divorced guy, the guy you've divorced or have been in a relationship with that's now over. But it was like a marriage. And in some cases, that he was your teacher through that and vice versa. So I'm leaning more towards, I really feel that this was a past relationship for most of you. That's what's coming up the strongest. And that the playing field's leveled and that you're on a whole different footing, and different communication is going to happen here from here on out with him. And many of you are going to have an experience of like gentleness, of letting him go. Like he's part of the past now. This can be put to rest. So I know that was a little confusing, because in some senses I feel like he was your teacher because of the relationship you had, and yet you were his teacher as well. So I feel like that was all connected in a relationship sense, of a past dramatic relationship that the two of you had been through a lot together. Either you've been together a very long period of time and therefore have been through a lot together, or else the relationship was just dramatic and that you've been through a lot together. But I don't feel that it's continuing. Even though he's showing up in the future position, he may have been who was discussed earlier on in the beginning with the 10 of rods coming back in your life to talk to you again from the past. This could be that king. So that might be the connection there. And I feel that for many of you, like you're happily moving away from that energy. And I feel like he's actually kind of going underground now, or like secluding himself, or he's going to be keeping more to himself now. Like he's got a lot of healing to do. This guy, this King of Cups, has a lot of healing to do. The next card you have in your reading, Aries, is in the position of family opinion, or how your friends and family would affect you. Family opinion. You have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant to me is a card that symbolizes God showing up in your reading. Some people might read this as a priest or a high religious figure. To me, it's God. And he shows up. When this card shows up, I feel that the blessings are being bestowed upon you. And also it can be a card of caution and warning. I feel that there's a great promise of higher education and learning. So interestingly enough, these two cards were back to back. They fell into position like this in the reading. So for some of you, where this King of Cups is not a divorced partner of yours, or an ended love relationship, for some of you he is a teacher, because this comes up as higher education and higher learning as well. Here. I feel that for many of you, you're going to be going down a trip down memory lane, and you're going to be forgiving people from the past. This is a real time of rebirth and renewal for you. Some of you are going to be spending some time alone yourself and sorting some of these things out. And I feel they use the words climbing a mountain. I actually feel that some of you are literally going to be climbing a mountain. So you Aries out there that are mountain climbing, or climbing a particularly big mountain, write me. Let me know how that goes. And good luck on your climb. I feel that many of you are shutting a door on the past, and that you're actually shutting one door and opening another, because I feel as you shut this door and open the other, that many new people are coming to you and your life through this door. It's weird. I get a lot of things come to a close for you. A lot of things end. And it keeps coming up. You going through a rebirth and a renewal. And I feel that for many of you in January, you're going to be feeling like you're starting off with a clean slate. So that's a good way to start off the new year, Aries. So I'm happy to hear that for you. The next card you have in your reading shows up in the position of a fear, and you have justice. Now, justice to me usually means court documents, legal papers. It can be divorce. It can be suing somebody suing you. It can be having to deal with a lawyer. Or it could be justice of some situation that's gone in your life, where it's being called to justice, for justice to be served. For some of you, this comes up. Oddly enough, I don't usually hear that with this card, but I get for some of you, this is because it's a marriage arrangement. That does involve legal documents and court papers, but usually marriage is not what I hear on the justice card. I hear again, it comes up about attending parties and gatherings, and for some of you, you're going to be entering a new time zone. It's odd words. Maybe that means you're moving, I'm not sure. And I feel that for many of you, you're really going to be covering a lot of ground and making up for lost time. I feel that you are going to be making a lot of decisions that are going to come up, like big decisions in your life over the course of the next 9 months to a year from now. I hear your life's going to change in a big way, like big game changers are coming in here. I hear there's a deal that's going to be struck, a partnership arrangement, but it's actually between 3 partners. So there's some kind of deal, business deal that's going to be struck. I hear for some of you that it involves programs that give assistance and organizations built to help lead people out of trouble. I feel for some of you Aries, you're going to be attending gatherings, benefits and gatherings to help fund these causes. And I feel that actually this month of October, you're going to find yourself at certain points of this month in a firestorm of activity. Some of you are going to feel so busy like you can't catch your breath. I get like particular weeks, like it's not constantly, but there's going to be certain weeks this month where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't even catch my breath. I got to do this. I got to do that. I can't sit. Every time you sit down, the phone rings or you got to do something. Like I just get October as really severely active for you and almost taking your breath away. Like you don't have time to think at times during the month. I also feel that some of you are going to be giving over your findings and information over to other people. This involves travel and institutions, which I'm not even understanding that message at all. So hopefully there's some Aries out there that are going to be able to make sense of that one. I just get, though, even though I get that you're really going to be very busy, that October gives a great boost to your love life. Your love life is really highlighted here throughout this particular reading for you for October. Wow. Okay, Aries, the last card you have in this card layout, you have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups to me symbolizes wish fulfillment. This is all good things coming to you, especially emotionally, because cups symbolize emotions. Nines are often completion. So you've got Nine of Cups coming at you, all good things. I feel like you're going to be able to strike a happy medium, and by March, you're going to be living the high life. Happy, content, all good things. And for some of you, it's going to be like everything finally falls into place. It's going to be like a dream come true. And I feel that your life is going to take on a new pattern of behavior and like a new rhythm. Like I feel like your life, your old patterns and old ways of doing things are going to be over, and now all this new comes in. I hear that there's going to be a lot of support and happiness for you and a lot of people rallying around you now. So that's great news, Aries. I want to tell you now the last card that I pulled, which was from the deck called Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. And it is by Tony Carmine Salerno. He's the man who, or woman, I'm not sure, who made these cards. And you got the Angel of Addiction Healing. This is a time of positive transformation and healing. This is the card you got from that deck. Let me hear what I get for you. You're going to be broadening your horizons and entering new groups. There's going to be a lot happening that's going to surprise you and take your breath away. Everything you touch is going to seemingly turn to gold, and I get that you're instituting a lot of change. You're going to reap the benefits of all these good deeds and good positive energy that you're putting out there through good karma is going to come at you. This is the best time of year to practice centering yourself and grounding yourself. Stay away from sugars, eat a lot of protein, and when you do any dietary changes, especially if you're doing them now, try not to do anything too extreme of one way or another. So I hope that additional message was helpful to you, Aries. And I want to say thank you so much for liking, sharing, and watching and subscribing to my videos. I appreciate that. And I am so thankful for all the kind Aries who have been such a pleasure to do readings for. I want to say thank you. And for any of you Aries who would like to have a reading with me, my link posted below. And if you go to my order page, you can follow the directions and steps there to schedule your own appointment. And then back on the order page is the PayPal button to pay for your reading to hold and secure your appointment. And I hope that you have a fantastic month of October, Aries. And I wish you many blessings and peace.